Hi, this is Richard, and welcome to another episode of Making Something from Nothing. And I'm actually going to join you today. I've got some new software I'm playing around with, so bear with me while I get used to it. The reason for this video, it's not going to be a casting video or a build video or me turning on the lathe or anything like that. I have two videos that I get a lot of questions on. The Blacksmith forge that I built and the brass furnace that I built. So I'm going to try and answer all those questions in this video, so this way when they ask them again, I'll just direct them to this video. So if you're looking for a casting or a turning video, this isn't for you. So let's get on with it. So here's the, well, let me get rid of this. And here's the blacksmith forge that I built. And it's my most popular video. It has over 300,000 views and a ton of questions, and they're always the same thing. So the most common question I get is, what kind of hinge did I use? And you can see this hinge, it's, it doesn't show the whole thing, but it's a real popular question, and I got it off a barbecue grill. The hinges that make the lid go up and down, this came off a Craigslist find. Someone was giving it away as scrap metal. I picked it up, took the hinges off. That's where the hinge came from. So let me get rid of that question, and we'll bring up the next one. Where did I obtain the supplies? I've got wool, rigidizer, sodium silicate, ITC 100, and fire bricks. The fire bricks you could pretty much get anywhere. So let me get into the other stuff. So what I did was I put together a complete list of all the suppliers and all the supplies that I used for these builds. And I don't want to add it to the video descriptions because it's going to mess up the my search rankings with Google. If I modify the descriptions, it's going to knock me out for a couple of weeks, and I don't want that. So I'm going to be glad to share this with anybody, and I'll show you how to do or how to request a copy of this at the end of this video. But it's a comprehensive list, and let me go ahead and bring it up right now. And let me make sure my picture is not in the way, and it is. So let me move me over here. And if I get in the way too much, I'll just go ahead and bow out of this video here. But supplies needed for a forge or a foundry build. And the cheapest supplier I found for doing the job right is Axner Pottery Supply. Now, any of these links that I give you, I don't have any affiliation with. I'm not making a dime. These people are getting free advertising. It's one of the reasons why I didn't want to put this stuff into the videos or into the descriptions, because these people aren't paying me for this stuff. And I don't like doing advertising for free. I don't work for free, and I prefer not to advertise for people for free, but there's too many questions, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. But I'm going to email you this list, and I'll show you how to get this list at the end of the video, but I'm not going to publish it into the description sections of these videos. So where did I get this stuff? I got it from Axner Pottery Supply, axner.com. So let me bring my list back up. And I used 1-inch wool, and I put 2 layers into the furnace. So I have a direct link right to the 1-inch wool, and it's $3 a square foot. This is the cheapest price that I found on the internet. Now, if someone has a cheaper supplier, feel free to let me and my viewers know. But this is the cheapest I found. Now, I bought 1-inch wool for a reason, but if you didn't want to mess around with 1-inch wool and do 2 layers of it, then you can go ahead and buy the 2-inch wool. And I'll go ahead and click that link right here, and that opens up over in Axner, and it's double the thickness, so it's double the price. It's $6 a square foot. but it's still cheaper than on eBay or any other supplier that I found. Which brings us to the next item on the list, and that's the wool rigidizer. And what that does, it turns the wool into basically a hard crust so the particles aren't floating around. Ceramic wool is kind of like fiberglass. You don't want to be breathing that stuff in. So let me go ahead and click that link. Now, the smallest amount that you could buy from Axner is a gallon. Now, I did buy a gallon because I knew I was going to be using it for other things. It came to $29.75. If you could find a local supplier that'll sell rigidizer in a smaller quantity than a gallon, I think I only used a quart of it so far. But that was a good price compared to other places that were selling it for $49 and $59. So let me bring up the list and go to the sodium silicate. This is the fireproof adhesive that you use to glue the wool either to each other or to the inside of the forge or furnace. And you could make it, but it's more expensive to make it. As you can see, 1 pint of it costs $2.25. And that's dirt cheap, because to make a quart of it would cost you over 20 bucks. And here you can get a whole gallon for $11.15. So do the numbers. Now the next item on the list is the ITC 100, and we'll take another look at that right quick. And this is that grayish looking coating that's on the fire bricks and on the inside of the door here. Now this is optional, but it's good stuff. It's great for heat retention. It's a special formulation made just for this purpose. Like I said, it's totally optional. You don't need it, but I do recommend it if you can afford it. So let's find out where to get that. The cheapest place on the internet I found is chiliforge.com. And I have a direct link in this document. And there's the ITC 100. It's $59 plus shipping, cost you about 70 bucks. You can't order it on their website. They don't have a shopping cart, but you can call them and they'll ship it out same or next day. A pint doesn't sound like a lot, but it does get mixed with water. And just to give you an idea how far this stuff goes, I did my forge and I did the little brass furnace with 1 pint. So a little goes a long way. But if you have a really big furnace or a really big forge, you might need a little bit more. It's kind of, trial by fire on that stuff as far as how much you need. Now, I get a lot of questions about the burner on the Blacksmith forge itself, and also my Foundry burner. And they're pretty much both built the same, just a little bit different configurations. But I built those myself, and let's take a look at my little document here. These items could be sourced locally or online. Some things I bought locally, like the black pipe fittings, and the brass I ordered online because it was like 60% cheaper than Lowe's or Home Depot. And included in this material that I'll email you is a complete list of everything that I used to go ahead and build the burner. So where did I get the stuff? Let me scroll up. Online sources for the brass fittings. Let me click this link. It's going to bring us to, let me make sure I'm not in the way. Move myself over here. PEX Universe. PEXUniverse.com. They have valves and fittings. The prices are dirt cheap, but you have to get $99 worth as shown here to get free shipping. Their shipping's a little bit high, but it more than offsets the cost as far as I'm concerned over buying it locally. So let me bring up the document again, and here's another supplier. Maybe if they're closer, the shipping might be less, and they have fittings. And they've also got valves and whatnot too. So pretty much everything you need at these two suppliers. So whatever works out best for you. Anybody that hasn't seen these videos of my Blacksmith forge here, I'm going to go ahead and play the link, show you how that guy works. This is the first firing of it. And there she is in all her glory. I'm pretty proud of this thing. And that is a chunk of metal ready to be forged. And you can see why I'm not on the videos very much. I'm not all that good looking. A little bit to be desired in the appearance type thing, you know. And this is the two styles of burners that I built. This one is for the Foundry furnace. You see me using that all the time in those videos. And the one behind it is the one dedicated to the forge itself. Now this is the forge burner being used in this little brass melting furnace, and as you can see, this thing will crank out some heat. And this furnace was made from a crock pot. Someone was giving away on a Craigslist. I used the metal shell for it. It's a damn good furnace. I want to take this opportunity to introduce to everybody some new things I got going on as far as social media. I've never had any social media accounts for the channel, but I went ahead and started a Twitter account, and let me go ahead and bring that up. So I have a new Twitter for making something from nothing, and I've got one follower. So if you're feeling generous and you do the Twitter thing, let me see my name here. It's at MSFN _on_ YouTube. So feel free to follow me over there on Twitter and get notified of any videos that I have coming out. And I also have a social media account on Instagram. So let me go ahead and bring that up. And here's some photos from the last video that I did. I've got 2 followers over there. So again, if you're feeling generous, I'm feeling kind of lonely on the social media stuff. Never really did it before, but feel free to follow me over there as well. Now this next place I've been actually doing for a while. It's called Instructables.com. I've got 195 followers there and like 61,000 views, so that one's doing pretty well. And it shows all my videos over there as well, at least the ones I could put there. So if you do the Instructables thing, be sure to follow me. And the next thing I want to talk about real quick, and it's the most important to me anyway, is subscribe to Making Something from Nothing. I put out a lot of good videos, put a lot of time into them, and I would appreciate if you enjoy watching them, go ahead and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. So let me go ahead and bring up the channel and show you exactly how to do that, because Google has changed the way they've done things as far as subscribers go. I don't know why. But when you're on my home channel page, if you click the subscribe button, it says you're subscribed, but you won't get notified of future videos unless you click this little bell right here. And it's going to bring up a window that says get notifications from making something from nothing. So go ahead and check the box and hit save, and now you'll get notified of all the future videos that come out. Now, if you would like this list of resources emailed directly to you to where you could just click on them and go right to these sites and, shop to your heart's content, let me show you how to do that. Is go ahead and send me an email and put the subject of the email, I want the supplier list. And let me give you my email address. My email address is pretty simple. It's makingsomethingfromnothing@gmail.com. Well, to keep things simple, I'm going to go ahead and put my email address in the description box of this video. So you can go ahead and click on it there and send me an email with the subject of, I want the supplier list. And after I receive your email, I'll be glad to go ahead and send you the complete supplier list. This way you could just go ahead and click on the links directly from your email and keep things very simple. Once I receive your email saying I want the list, I'm going to come over to this document. I'm just going to go ahead and copy the entire document. It'll contain all the links. And I'm going to go ahead and paste this directly into an email. So all the live links are there. And I'll shoot that right off to you. And in closing, to finish out this video right quick, I just received a comment about an hour ago, as you can see here on the screen. And this gentleman from South Africa wrote, "Thank you, sir. Really appreciated. The video helped me a lot with my mechanical engineering course, South Africa." I really appreciate comments like that. I do these videos to help everybody out. That makes me feel good. So in closing, I just wanted to mention, and it's not a necessity by any means, but I did go ahead and start me a PayPal account to where if anybody felt like they wanted to donate a couple of bucks, like a tip jar for the channel, there's going to be a link in the email that you received from me. And it'll say, send money to Making Something from Nothing. This is just basically a donation or a tip jar. But if you want to send a few bucks my way to go ahead and pay for some supplies for the shop, maybe some needed tools, it'd be greatly appreciated. And if you don't receive this email and you want to do something like that, from any of my videos, you could just go ahead and click on my name right here, and it's going to bring you to my home page. And from my home page, you're going to see this link right above the subscribe button that says support this channel. And if you click on that link, it's going to bring you to my PayPal page that says donate to Making Something from Nothing. The purpose being needed shop supplies, tools, materials, video equipment, etc. Provide quality content for the MSFN YouTube channel. And you can either pay with a PayPal account, or if you don't have one of those, you don't have to sign up for it. You could pay with a debit or a credit card. Like I said, it's totally optional, and anything you would send my way, it'd be greatly appreciated. So, having said all that, thanks again for watching, and go out in the shop and make something from nothing.